And the Wealthy Teacher Show is brought to you by the Philantrepreneur Foundation, building capacity of nonprofits through education, awareness, and resources, and the Las Vegas Health and Fitness Chamber of Commerce. Also, Pet Club 24/7, a pet lifestyle and supply company. And of course, we want to mention the Philantrepreneur Foundation Training Center, where we supply you with all of your resources, such as Nuts and Bolts, nonprofit training, the first Tuesday of every month. Funding Fundamentals with Linda Lizakowski, Advanced Certified Fundraising Executive. Join us for our Lunch and Learn series, where you will be able to share and gain valuable information. And of course, the Philantrepreneur Peer Circle, where we meet the challenges of those in this sector. Okay, so now you're probably wondering why there's a big 5-year wreath up there on the screen. That is because we at the Philantrepreneur Foundation are celebrating our 5-year anniversary, and I am so excited. But I had to really pause and think about it, because one of my board members actually came to me and said, we've been around a pretty long time. And I was like, oh, maybe. She said, no, we're reaching 5 years. And I stopped and paused, and you have to think, if you do any research into business and longevity and startups and things like that, most of them don't last 3 years. And if you actually reach that 5-year benchmark, you've actually done something pretty good. So, yep, taking a little credit for that, pat on my back. But it has not been an easy road. And I actually went back and looked at a lot of our past events and the classes we were holding, because you have a tendency to take a lot of things for granted. And I was in that mode. I have to admit, I got a little down because I was thinking, I'm not reaching the benchmarks. I'm not doing what I need to be doing. And when I went back and looked at all of the things we had accomplished, it actually turned my whole mood around. And now, I don't know, I'm on this roll of getting excited and what's coming in the future. And I'm going to be talking about that. But as I was researching this 5th year anniversary, I know I research everything. What can I say? I realized that one of our key little things that we got when we first started was this little tiny wood truck that has the Philantrepreneur written right on the front. It was created by one of the nonprofits I was trying to help, called Toys for Smiles, and they hand make these little toys and give them to children that are going through stressful things. There might have been a trauma, and the police carry these around, or different hospitals, and give them to children just to play with. They're good old-fashioned, but they're made out of wood. And guess what? 5th anniversary is about wood. If you're celebrating a 5th anniversary, you're supposed to celebrate it with gifts of wood. So this really hit home with me, because it was one of our first branded pieces that we used with it, and it's made out of wood. And so as I was developing the big party we're going to be giving, I said, I have to give away something that's made out of wood. So I'm going to have a big surprise. And so, yes, we are having a big party, and it's going to be our 5th anniversary celebration. 5 is going to be running through this thing really strong. So it's our 5th anniversary, and it's going to be a 5th anniversary clothing drive. We're going to collect clothing as a fundraiser for the Philantrepreneur Foundation. We're going to do it for 5 weeks, over a period from August 8th through September 12th. Yes, 5 weeks. Now let me break that down a little bit more. As we're going through these 5 weeks, you can drop off clothes to the Philantrepreneur Training Center, which is right on 3011 Rigel Avenue, right near Palace Station, right in the heart of the city. If we're not there, and I'm going to be there every morning from at least 9 to noon, I know I have some afternoon engagements that I have to get to. But then if you come over there and they're not there, because some of our members over there will be accepting the clothes, if their doors are closed, excuse me, we have a great partner in Rigel Studios. Guess what? They're directly across the street. You could drop the bags right there. Rigel Studio is our fabulous producers of this show. And so I would love to have you come over and just, hey, take a little tour if he's not busy. But they will also accept clothing till 5 o'clock. But guess what? We have a third location. Oh, yes, third location. And it's so excited that we have GameWorks. Yep, big old GameWorks in Town Square, 40,000 square foot building. They're going to be accepting clothes for the Philantrepreneur Foundation. Get this, from 11 a.m. to midnight. Whoa, 11 a.m. to midnight, you can drop off clothes at GameWorks. But it's not going to stop there. Guess what? They're going to give you a 30-minute game card if you drop off a bag of clothes. So you can't beat that. So let's talk more about this celebration, because my guest today, she's also going to do some things for us, but she's phenomenal in her own right. She is a photographer. She does work that is what I call outside the box, but it puts some of those things that are outside of the box into the box. So I want to introduce, I call her Ellie. She goes by Ellie Abbott, or she's Danielle. I'll let you give your name however you wanted to. I call her Ellie, but welcome to the show. I'm so excited that we got together a few weeks ago, and we both got excited about what we were doing and sharing, and we actually came up with a plan where you're going to help nonprofits, me, the Philantrepreneur Foundation, with doing headshots for the community. So first, before we get into all of that good stuff, let's hear more about Ellie.
Elle. Well, I do go by Elle. There's a whole story behind the name.
Okay. And we've got time for it. Go ahead. Just a little tidbit.
Yeah. Danielle, I named my photography business Danielle Eugenia, so it's my first and middle name, as it was a way to integrate my inner child. I've been going by Elle my entire adult life, and photography was I fell in love with it as a child. So it was kind of honoring that birth name. My mom is very proud of that. Okay. She always liked Danielle over Elle. And a lot of people do call me Ellie too, so that's fine. But yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Absolutely. So you mentioned that you do photography, but it's not just that what I sit on the set and take the picture. Give us more background of the essence of what you do.
Sure. So I do focus a lot on women empowerment and also LGBTQ community. A lot of what I do is outdoors, it's in the desert, and it really has to do with embodying your message. So I'm there with a camera, but I'm also there holding space for women to allow some vulnerability to come through.
Okay.
Whatever that message is, whether it's a couple who's in love and they want to show their personality, or if it's a woman, a leader, coach, business owner who has some values that she wants to channel through those images. Yeah. And so it's very experiential.
Okay.
There is a healing aspect to it, and it's a lot of fun. We're out in a Jeep, adventuring around outside of Las Vegas. And I call it goddess photography. I coined it like hashtag goddess photography. So there's very much throughout the entire experience, moments of centering ourselves in that creative power.
And I'm glad you said that, because you're taking your clients out into an experience that you can't really sit down and say, I want this shot, because you never know where you might end up. And so it becomes very organic and authentic. Would you say it's?
Yeah, I would say it's a little bit of both, because of course, as a photographer, you want to get those impressive shots. So I would say a lot of it is organic, and then a lot of it is posing too. So depending on who I'm working with, sometimes we'll have meetings beforehand and pick out what's inspiring as far as poses go, and then I can recreate that.
Okay, as an ideal client, would it be the business person or someone who's really trying to show more of their personality and infuse it into what they're doing.
Absolutely. I mean, we live in a digital world, and everybody's trying to get those images that are going to capture attention.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a woman in business. Women in business, coaches, life coaches are big. Fitness coaches, nonprofits. Again, I'm really big about supporting nonprofits in town. I can't support them all, but
But we're going to give you away. So
yeah. And also, I would say that for LGBTQ as being a very underrepresented market in the commercial market, so I really do put myself out there. If you go to the website, you'll see. I want to celebrate. I want to celebrate people who want to be different,
Who they are.
live out who they really are.
And I don't even like calling them different. It's just
I agree.
who they are.
Exactly.
It's just another set of norms that that's the path and who they are. So it's not different.
I appreciate you saying that. It's really just celebrating
who they are.
Your soul essence,
Yeah.
your values, and what's really important to you. Your values is what's going to matter in your end days, and you're looking back on your life. And so that is what I'm trying to bring out in photography.
Absolutely, absolutely. So yes, you dropped a little nonprofit bomb there. So yeah, she has a posting, and that's how I saw it, and it was that if a nonprofit has an event, if you're available, that you would volunteer and go out and do a short shoot set, or a couple hours at their event. Not the whole event, but you do have some parameters. But if it fits your schedule, so nonprofits could reach out to you and possibly have you come out.
Sure, well, they could, but I might have to be tapering that off a little bit because it's makes a lot of noise. It's very popular, and I only have so much bandwidth, so I'm more.
And that's why I said if you're available.
Yeah,
that's it's important for them to reach out to you way early.
Yes.
And the reason I'm saying that, our last show was all about events. It was 2 shows of talking about event planning, and one of the biggest issues event planners have is that many organizations or people wait until 5 weeks out, 4 weeks out to start planning an event, whereas they really need to think 12 months out.
Absolutely.
and so what I'm saying is if an organization is planning an event in 10 or 11 months, then they should reach out to you to actually get on your schedule so that you can manage your business, because you are a businesswoman.
Yeah, I'm planning weddings now 2 years out. 2 years out. So it is good to think like a bride. They're really good at event planning because it's their special day. So they put a lot of energy into that day. Well, it's very important that you do that with your nonprofit,
Absolutely.
right? What is that experience going to be like?
Yes.
What is your impression going to be
What's
like?
your branding?
Right, all of that. So, yes.
Speaking of branding, I'm going to show your logo here. I just clicked the thing because you mentioned that you named your company Danielle Eugenia. Did I say it right?
Danielle Eugenia. Yeah, Eugenia.
Me and my Midwestern Southern combination of.
Yeah, Eugenia is named after my dad, who's Eugene. So it was Eugene.
Okay. So when they see that logo, they know that it's something special. That's why, I feel that it's really something special when that logo comes up there. And because you're going to be coming to our celebration.
Yeah, super excited.
Yeah, and let's explain a little bit, because we were having, did we talk about 2 hours or something? I don't know. We sat there
We had to stop and have lunch. We had work to do. Otherwise, we could have probably talked forever.
We were just going over, we were recreating the whole world that day. So, but we started talking about the value of branding and how you have to keep things fresh. And then we talked about how many organizations, people, companies don't even have an image, and especially a headshot, and how important it is for not only nonprofits and all of their board members, but business individuals that, whether they're working for a company or it is their company, there has to be a face
Absolutely.
that individual.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we started even talking about my business card where I had red hair. It's not red anymore, but that was just the look at that time. It's still a good picture, but it's not up to date.
Sure, that's the most common thing I see with headshots is either it's out of date or someone doesn't have one and they just took a selfie.
Oh, we'll talk about selfies in a minute.
Yeah, or definitely the out of date ones. And your voice, your presence, and who you really are is the most powerful thing that you bring into your business.
Yeah, and talking about, I've been doing all these shows, asking for, I used to ask for headshots, and finally I just said, you know what, I'm just not going to do it because I got such a wide variety of what they considered headshots. Standing in front of a big tree with cars and things behind you is not a headshot. At an event, because it's just your head, it's not a headshot. Could you explain what is a headshot? Just from the photographer's point of view.
Sure. I mean, I do have my own style when it comes to photography, but headshots is pretty simple. It's usually set up in a studio fashion. We do want to control the lighting. Yes. We do want to show you just professionally, not how you are, at your, like a business casual, or if you wear suits. We want to show your business look.
Yeah. And the reason I'm saying that, because there's a difference between, because I've done it myself, where you go out and do a photo shoot that will be different poses. I've done them with me holding papers, standing in front of a classroom, holding a student's
hand. Right, more for branding, right?
Branding,
that's
right.
Branding. That's like showing what you're out in the community doing socially, what you're doing at your events, what you're doing at your office. Those are great pictures for branding. But your headshot is really crisp. It needs to be clean. It needs to be in focus. It needs to be updated, right? So if you have one from 15 years ago and your hair has changed since then, maybe you lost some, maybe
and
it
some
changed
of us
color.
change our hair often.
It's like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's when people see your picture and then they see you in person, they'll think that. They're going to look at your picture and go, oh.
Believe me, they won't say it.
They won't say it.
But they're thinking it, that's not that picture I saw.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's a little out of date.
Okay, she needs to change that headshot. So what we're doing, we're going to have you, and I guess I should say what's happening September 12th. I mentioned the 5-year anniversary clothing drive that lasts 5 weeks, and then the 5 days before the 12th, because our anniversary date is actually September 12th. The 5 days we'll be collecting clothing all those 5 days, just a big heavy push. And then on September 12th, our actual anniversary date, we're going to have a big party. We're going to be in the Philantrepreneur Foundation training center for 5 hours from 1 to 6. But you're going to come in and provide from 1:30 to 5:30, so that's 4 hours. Well, she has to set up, we got things to do. You're going to provide professional headshots.
That's right.
To anyone that walks through the door with $30. Or
$30.
if you bring a bag of clothing, if you donate to the clothing drive, you can get a headshot. We're talking professional headshot.
Yeah, absolutely.
For $20.
Yep.
I know the last time I actually did professional headshots, I paid, and it was a bargain deal. It was $175.
Yeah, that's normal. I think it's around $150 to $175. And then usually when people are getting headshots, they also invest in getting their hair and makeup done. My recommendation is that you do your hair and makeup the way that you do every day, right? Because you don't want to have a headshot where you look like you're a pageant model and you don't look like that every day. Your hair is curled a certain way that you never curl it.
Well, hair is not one of my fortes. It's
I'm a simple braid girl myself. So.
Yeah, but you don't want to do something that is out of the ordinary.
Not over the top, right?
Yeah, you need makeup on. You need to accent.
You're a drag queen, and you're getting a headshot.
But you need to bring out, because the camera will catch. Your job is to catch everything, but still, makeup will highlight and help the camera
Absolutely.
really make you glow.
Yeah,
I'll just
yeah.
say, you know.
You'll glow in front of my camera.
Whoa! You heard that? You're going to glow.
Regardless, I can get you to glow. But yeah, definitely you want your headshot to show you're, friendly,
Yep.
you've grounded, bright eyes. And that's important. So this is an incredible opportunity
Yep.
to get a headshot for $30. And this is also tax deductible. It's a donation. You're supporting the Philantrepreneur operation. So yeah, spread the word, guys.
Yes.
Come
Well, I
down.
want them to spread the word about the whole event. Of course, you can go to Facebook Philantrepreneurs page. That's where all of these things are posted anytime, because this has been up there as things evolve, because I'm getting more donations for our giveaways. We're going to be giving away all types of gift baskets, promos. We're going to have food there. I believe Pasoli Wagon will be there. We're negotiating right now. Yes, most of the food there will be for sale. So we're going to have a food truck and different things, but they will be then donating to the foundation. So yes, we have to, sort of cover the bills, but we are bringing out a food truck for the entire, we're going to have music, giveaways. There might be a mini course. I don't know if I want to do a course that day,
Maybe just sign people up for a mini course.
But there will be informational, just little 5-minute talks of what we do at the training center, just so people can become. So our goal on September 12th is to fill a truck. And that's what I'm calling it, a big Fill the Truck anniversary celebration.
Beautiful.
That's why we're collecting clothes and things for 5 weeks, because I have a big warehouse. I want that warehouse just busting with things. I know my members over there won't be real happy. Too bad. We have things.
It's for a good cause.
Yes, but we're going to have a big truck on site where we'll actually be putting the donations in the truck, and then we'll be taking it off where we'll get credit for it and have a donation.
Great.
Through the Philantrepreneur. But you are one of our leading, I call you a sponsor or a supporter and partner in this big anniversary, providing headshots. Now, we just gave you all the information why you need a new headshot. If you haven't had a headshot done in the last 18 to 24 months, it's time that you do one again. You have no idea how you as a person evolves. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I didn't pay attention until I looked at some other I was like, ooh, I don't look like that anymore.
Yeah. How about people who have gotten LASIK? I just got LASIK a year ago, and so all of my previous pictures, I wore glasses.
Oh.
And that's very common. So older headshot with glasses.
Yeah.
Now you don't have them.
Yep.
So yeah, and one of the conversations that that you initiated when we were first discussing this was we're talking about nonprofits and the vast number of nonprofits who don't post pictures of their board members. And, if they do, they don't have it like
it doesn't look
organized in
professional.
headshots,
Yeah.
right? And it looks so stunning on a website. To
Yes.
really show your board members, you should be proud of your board members.
Absolutely.
They usually have a very impressive bio, and having that beautiful headshot there next to that.
And the uniformity of having your board come to you, because when they put them on the website, you'll have a very clean look.
Yeah.
You will look professional.
Right.
Once again, I've
Same
seen
background.
I've seen different nonprofits. They post their boards, and again, the flowers in the background, holding their dogs.
Yeah.
It's nice to be personable, but for the board of directors, that's where that professional level really should shine through.
Absolutely. And yeah, the pictures that are great, pictures with your dog, pictures with the flowers, that's for your Instagram account. And if you're a nonprofit and you don't have an Instagram account,
you need to
get an Instagram account. Like
right.
You got to be staying in front of people, and those types of pictures are perfect for that. But
yeah. Wow, you just gave them a lot of marketing tips and
right?
everything.
See, you're already learning how to improve your nonprofit just by watching this show.
And guess what? That's why we're here. You know, the whole Wealthy Teacher. It's about sharing and helping and supporting nonprofits with tips, strategies, and insight. And we just did all of that today. So, I mean, it has been, but okay, I know what I forgot to do. Okay, I just pulled up one of your pictures. It is stunning. And you were talking about going out into the desert.
Yeah, this picture, I'm glad you're showing this one because I just had this story published in the Roar Fierce Feminine Rising magazine. So this was one of my portfolio shoots. And it was one of those moments where I met this handsome Black man, and I took a picture of him. It was for the Cupcake Girls. I was doing their photo booth, right? Mm-hmm. And I took a picture of him. He was dressed to kill that night. He looked amazing. And I showed him the picture. He fawned all over it and said, "Yeah, I want to do a shoot with you." And I heard that little voice inside, that little god or goddess say, "You need to ask him to do a goddess shoot." Right? Oh. And my heart's beating. I'm like, he's gonna tell me, you know,
get out of here.
Yeah, I won't use that language on here, but I'm thinking this in my head, right? And so I asked him, and he was like, yes, heavens yes, I definitely want to do this. So he shows up the day of the shoot, and that's when he shared with me, because I didn't know this before, that he was transgender.
Oh.
And he was so excited about this. It was a chance for him to his vision was that he would go back into time, through his transition back to the feminine. And it turned out to be way deeper than we ever imagined it would be. We went out to Death Valley. As a matter of fact, we hit Savers before, Love Savers in Vegas.
Well, that's who's doing our clothing drive.
Yes, I know. That's why I wanted to mention it. I had to mention how much I love Savers. But yeah, we went, and I said, hey, this is where we let Goddess and God choose the outfits for the shoot. And we picked out several dresses in there, one of them being a wedding dress that looked exactly like the wedding dress that his mother got married in.
Wow.
So it turned out to be an extremely healing experience for Jay. And it turned out to be, the photography is unbelievable, beautiful. So this is the picture, one of the pictures I put on the cover of the story. And it's great. We're sharing it now. It's getting a lot of attention, really, because it's taking people away from thinking about gender expression or stories so much, or attaching stories to it, and then focusing more on the energy that we have of that giving and receiving, that masculine and feminine energy that we all just naturally have.
And an important thing that you really brought up was that you took someone through a journey, through letting them release, and you, as you said, you didn't know what he said during that experience. He was able to release and actually, I don't want to say come out the closet because that's so cliche, but take that journey of acceptance, and it's all right, and be, as we started at the beginning of the show, be who you are. Just be.
Just be, exactly. That was for Jay. And when I tell the story, I leave a lot of it out because it's very much holding space for some very deep vulnerability, right? And he's a yoga instructor. So as somebody who is teaching transcendent mind, body, spirit connection, the whole goal of loving oneself entirely really came into the picture. So it was,
So I'm so excited to tell everyone where they can reach you, how they can,
Yeah, so the best way would be to go to my website. I do have a phone number too, which 702-827-1143. You can just call me directly. You can book 30-minute consult through my website, which is DanielleEugeniaPhotography.com. You can find me on Yelp, Facebook, Instagram.
All of the social media.
I think if you just Google Danielle Eugenia Photography, you're going to find me.
That is absolutely. I want everyone to reach out to you. I mean, like you said, it's not just taking a picture. You're taking people through a journey.
Absolutely.
And so we're going to be taking people through a journey at our event, September 12th,
absolutely.
1 to 6. I want everybody to come out. If you want to learn more about it, come to and go visit the Philantrepreneur Foundation page on on Facebook, and we're also on Instagram and all the other things.
Good.
But this has been one great show. I'm so happy you came on, and
Yeah,
I'm
me
looking
too.
forward to working with you. And so this is the Wealthy Teacher Show, brought to you by all of our sponsors, which I love. And I'll see you next time.
Yay.